Yeah, Snaxx, how's things been going with working more at nickel? How do you like the position and how you progressing?
Things been going good. I like it a lot actually. I'm just keep working, get better day by day.
Like to play that spot, you got to be able to tackle running backs, cover slot receivers, take on block. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot. I mean, you think that's one of the more difficult positions to play?
Uh, Difficult. I don't know. I think you just gotta be a ball player.
Um, Jayden, you had a really strong freshman year. I think you'd probably agree. Sophomore year, probably not quite what you wanted it to be. How do you bounce back and get back on track?
Just keep my head down, working, trusting my coaches and trusting my teammates that we all got each other back and get better and just do my job every play.
Jayden, you've got you and Dwight and Hudson back, and maybe a couple others, but for the most part, a lot of new players. Talk about the new players, how they've adjusted, how they're fitting in the secondary with you guys.
I think they adjusted very good. We got a thing in the DB room about brotherhood, and I feel like everybody like gets to know each other. We all just cool, and when it's time to work, it's time to work. And I think that's a big step that we took.
Tell Snaxx, Walcott, Singletary, and the kid from TCU, they've got more experience. They come in and really feel like they can help pretty quick.
Oh yes, sir, for sure. Everybody that we brought in can help for sure.
You're one who can answer the question about nickel. How's the nickel responsibilities maybe a little different than what you're doing?
I'd say it's different because it's kind of like three positions in one, I would say, and it's just everything happens so fast. So I bounce back on what Snaxx said. You got to be a ball player for sure.
And what have you made of him? First week here at nickel for him.
He can play. He can play, and I think he's gonna do great things there for sure.
Singletary has been up with the ones at corner. What have you made of maybe the cornerback depth that allowed you to make this move?
I think they well over good to me. I think the corners we got, they can lock it down, hold it down. So
I have a question about Al that I'd like to ask both of y'all. You played with him before. He was very impressive when he came in here and talked to us, just outgoing and all. What makes Al tick? What do you like about Al?
What you just said, really, he outgoing. He's like his personality will hit you before like any football thing. He a great person.
What do you think Al on and off the field?
I'd say the same. I just sit and talk to Al sometimes, and I just be laughing. Like he's just a funny guy, but it's always like you can learn a lot from him. He's experienced, and he know a little bit more ball than I do. So I always just talk to him and ask him what he looking at or what he's seeing, and he helped me out on that. But he's a great guy for sure.
For both of you, Jalen Braxton seems to be, a freshman that's really come in and, played well. What have you both thought of him?
I think JB is a great player. There's definitely places that he can improve on, but for being a freshman, he can really help us a lot on the defensive side, I feel like.
I like his work ethic. He come in every day. He ready to work. Like no matter if anything bad happen in practice, he just want to keep getting better regardless.
And another player, he didn't play a lot last year, but Jalen Lewis, just what have you thought of him, and especially in nickel?
He real high energy. I feel like we like kind of with the same player a little bit, and we just feed off each other.
I love his energy. He's very passionate about what he do, and I just feel like it bring that fire to the defense for sure.
Coach Williams did a lot of blitzing in his previous stop. I think that gives the secondary an option to kind of guard guys one-on-one. Does that challenge excite you? What's maybe the most difficult part about playing in a defense that might be a little bit more aggressive this year?
I like it. Let them just go get the quarterback, and we do our thing on the back end.
What Jayden said.
Snaxx, Andrew Armstrong said that y'all have known each other since like the 7th grade. Will you talk a little bit about that relationship when you first met and what it's like now going up against him?
That's my boy. Our relationship really been like the same. We just been like real cool, playing a lot. Now we just like we here, so now we know the goals that we both got set for each other. So we just gonna keep pushing each other to get to where we want to get.
What have you thought of all the receivers? Are there any that stand out to you?
They've been balling. Tesla, he been doing what he need to do. Andrew, Tyrone, Jayden, Luke Hayes been doing what he need to do. They just been, as a group, they've been getting after it.
you and Andrew, you guys kind of pick each other out a lot in one-on-one stuff. Is that just something that naturally happened, or you guys talk about let's work against each other?
It's like natural because like I respect his game and he respect mine. So it's like I want to get better, he want to get better. So we just come and compete.
Respect, a lot of trash talk at the same time.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on Coach Woodson now that you guys have been with him for a spring and now 11 practices of camp? How's that interaction been? How's he been coaching y'all?
I feel like he's helping us a lot. I feel like he's pushing us to be the best. Like sometimes I be like, he want more for us than we do, but I feel like that's great because if the coaches got high standards, there's no way that the players can have low standards. So.
I feel like he like everything he tells is like real genuine. Like he really want us to be the best in everything that we do throughout like our life, not just football, not just school. Like whatever we do, he wants us to be the best, and I feel like he really, really mean that.
How's the dynamic with him and Coach Wilson? Like, how do they mesh together, their personalities and stuff?
They mesh together like brothers. They like when you see them, you wouldn't think they're like just coaching because they having fun too. But then when it's on their business, they handle business.
I say the same for sure. Coach Wilson, Coach Wilson, he kind of quiet a little bit. He gonna sit back and chill. But when you mess up, he gonna let you know. But I think that's what we need. He gonna be there to coach us and tell us what we gotta be, where we need to be right at. And Coach Wilson, very high energy, very passionate. He like to have fun, but when it's time to be serious, it's time to get out there.
You better not mess up.
I can't remember if we went over this with you in the spring when we talked to you, but you and Al, did y'all like say, hey, maybe we'll land together? How did that kind of go?
We really didn't like talk throughout the whole. Once we got in the portal, we really didn't talk until like when I took my visit to Arkansas. He called me like just to tell me that he was coming, but it really wasn't like just like trying to plan to get together. It's just I guess Coach Wilson know what he doing.
Did it mean anything to you that he said like I'm going here?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. Chemistry-wise.
The voices in just the safeties alone, like who's talking, who's leading? I mean, between you and Hudson, and I guess Chavis has been there a while. Just what's that like?
We all been stepping up and taking that leadership and trying to communicate and just make sure everybody on the right track. Because if there's no communication, no leading from the safeties, then it's hard to succeed. So, and then I feel like the coach is doing a good job with helping us with that also.
Can you feel Hudson's 12 pounds heavier? I mean, he needed to get bigger, right?
See, I looked at him, I was like, I can't even tell. I guess he lost a little fat and gained a little more muscle.
What about you? Because you moved around a lot and you did play nickel and all. What do you like about your new role, I guess?
I would say just seeing the field, I can see the field, and then being that voice and making calls and checks and stuff like that for sure.
Either or both of you, just what do you think of the scrimmage? What are some areas you thought you did well, and now looking forward to the one this week, where do you want to improve?
You got it.
From the scrimmage, I thought we did a very great job for it to be our first scrimmage with some of the new guys, and just we got to improve on things just like small things, nothing major, but I feel like those are going to get fixed, and we're going to come out and have a better scrimmage this Saturday for sure.
I feel like we just got to improve. It ain't even like a big thing. It's just growing closer together, trusting each other more and more, and that's just going to keep growing throughout as much as we get chemistry together.
Hey, we haven't had a brutal heat wave up here. What's camp been like with it not being 90-something degrees every day?
Great. Great.
It's hot in Texas.
Yeah.
So what have you thought about like the weather taking it easy on y'all?
I mean, it been feeling like heaven to me.
I highly appreciate it, for sure.
Appreciate you, fellas. Great job.
Thank y'all.